Hello, Tankers and Gamers. It's Momentary Genius here with another video that is directly related to the recent World of Tanks console weekly assault stream that came out yesterday. That's Friday, December 2nd, 2022, pertaining to the new season, the Allegiance season that will be coming out next Tuesday. That is December 6th, 2022. And I'm going to be directly talking to a niche group within a niche group, and that is the petulant children of the Cold War players who spend too much time on anything console streams, Discord, and stuff. I've seen something similar to this in World War II, and that is they're focusing on the other mode more than ours. Why? They don't care about us. Well, let's be fair. Cold War has gotten a lot of attention, and for this year, World Tanks Council has tried to be 50-50 in most of the scenes. There were a few where there was a little heavier handed towards Cold War favored, and then they would do World War II. This time, for the Allegiance season, which is going to be one of their biggest seasons at 10 weeks, there's actually a reason to cut some major slack and let World War II mode have this season. And that is something hugely important, and that is RD 2.0. RD 2.0 is going to be huge for the primary game mode for World of Tanks console. This is something that the players have been asking for, i.e., something to be done significantly to the damage potential that RD artillery has. And I know, yes, the Legion season, it's all World War II tanks, and I think that's one of the reasons I get annoyed with the player base. It's that double-edged sword of give us tanks, we want tanks. Oh, by the way, the game sucks. But if you give us tanks, we'll be happy, and therefore wargaming gives you tanks, even though slowly the more rational-minded of us will go, you're not improving the game, you're just giving me shiny baubles, I'm going to leave now. Those people, who, the few that will be paying attention a little bit to what happens on Discord, maybe checks in on a stream, may go, wait, RD 2.0? They're nerfing the damage of artillery? Well, that's something I want. I mean, this has the potential to take those old fans, those on-the-fence fans who haven't quite given up on the game but refuse to play the game, to come back. While at the same time, as new players, tis the season, we have Wargaming Central has included Modern Armor along with Blitz in with the PC Holiday Op with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Mila Jovovich. So when those holiday ops come to console, we're probably going to see even more new players. So right now, taking out some serious firepower that will obliterate incompetent, foolish new players, yeah, that might be a good thing for the future of the game. While at the same time, I know I hate it too, seeing bots in Cold War, and they happen a lot. But hey, if World War II brings in new players or old players who have just don't know what's going on, then that'll be good for Cold War. So, to the Cold War players being like, I'm out, I'm not doing this season, I'm not paying for it. If you've got 2,000 gold and you're willing to keep up your habit of an hour and a half, 2 hours a day, just do it. You're gonna get 3 premium tanks, or 2, yeah, 3 premium tanks. What? You're gonna get another penis tank. That alone should be incentive enough. I mean, granted, the only thing we get for free is an M60 skin. Whatever. But those premium tanks come up in key cards, but you get 3 key cards in the season pass. Along with pay the rest, they all pay for the next season. You know, don't break the habit. Keep the habit going. You know, you freak out without the habit. You would just be fine just playing the game less. In fact, even if you're a Cold War main, maybe take a break from Cold War and help out the developers and play World War II, because BAM 1500 did say that that this is going to be a live test. Allegiance is going to be a 10-week long live test of RD 2.0. Something that could have a significant direction on the future of console. So maybe it's time to not pick up another game. It's just time to go back to the original game that got us all here. So, with that said, Cold War is also seeing some effects in the next season, next update, and that's in RNG. Now, maybe you're going to want to split up your playtime, help out World War II testing, and then come back to try out the RNG. So, essentially, I'm going to read the notes here. So bear with me. Cold War RNG updates. We have updated the RNG values for penetration, damage, and multiplayer game mode for all eras. Post-war, Era 1 penetration. Reduce the max RNG spread while maintaining a higher chance to roll higher than your base penetration. Damage. Increase the max potential damage and reduce the lowest potential damage for a more consistent outcome. Escalation. Era 2. The most popular era. Or the most fun. Chaotic, pain in the ass era. Reduce the max RNG spread while maintaining a higher chance to roll higher than your base penetration. Damage. Increase the max potential damage and reduce the lowest potential damage for a more consistent outcome. Detente, Era 3 penetration, Bot Central. No changes. Damage. Increase spread of potential damage to allow for more variation of outcomes. So they're reducing the penetration spread so you have a better chance of consistently penetrating while improving the chances of you high rolling on your damage. So it reflects more of something what you would find in World War II. So our awesome, more modern tanks get to feel more like awesome modern tanks. So we'll also want to try that out and see how that RNG works. In fact, I know some World War II players who don't like the RNG in Cold War, like, maybe I'll give that a chance. Like their new boy, Justicone. So maybe we'll see him a little more in Era 2. Honestly, we're not going to be getting baubles. Sorry, not as the shiny bits we want in the beginning of the season, because it's going to be focused on RD 2.0. However, BAM 1500 say in early next year, we're getting a new Cold War tank line. So, we're not gone, we're not forgotten. We're just, as sometimes happens with parents and having multiple children, sometimes you can divide the time up evenly, and other times you have to focus on one child. In this case, the younger child is going to have to be overshadowed by the older child, because the older child has some issues that need to be addressed. So, I think should calm down with wanting so many goddamn tanks and season passes. And for once, encourage, participate in improving the quality of life in this game. Because this is just what they've announced. More to come. Again, we have the World of Tanks Holiday Ops with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Mila Jovovich. Excuse me on that. So who knows what that's going to look like? Are we going to get the Army tank? They didn't say no. They didn't say yes when asked about this. So that'll also be World War II. Forget about it. And we get toy tanks. Whatever. It's a video game. I hate. It really does suck when the developer of online multiplayer reminds you it's a video game. Ooh. Suction cup toy tanks. So, I'm appealing to the Cold War players who are just upset they're not getting any new premium tanks. I have so many tanks lines I need to grind. I've got plenty of premium tanks I've gotten. There's some awesome ones they've given away in previous season pass. So, just maybe take a step back and realize that you don't want the plastic keys to be shaken in front of your eyes. You maybe want to make sure your parents are happy and the car isn't shuddering down the road at 45 miles per hour, you know. Maybe life is good. Maybe you want to make sure of that. Oh, with that said, my little rant is over. I'm very interested in see where this season goes, because it would be nice. I know a lot of veteran players who are still holding on would really like to see quality of life issues addressed. Maybe this could be the start, and maybe if we start pushing for that in the chats and the Discord, Twitter, while also participating in it, I think that's going to be huge. That's going to be a huge key fact to all this. Participating in the live test will ensure that the developers receive there's player interest, they will get data they desperately need, and we will also have better idea and understanding of what could be done to improve the game with a huge game-changing, possibly, update. Or for all we know, this could break the game, because every time the console brings in an update, there's a very awkward and uncomfortable game-breaking bug. Maybe it would be funny, like, oh, sometimes the artillery piece will just fire all its rounds. That doesn't help, but it's meme-worthy, right? So, listen. If you have an artillery piece in your garage for World War II, next week, next couple weeks, or all of the season, every once in a while, take it out to play it. Especially if it's tier 7 and up, because that's where a lot of the major changes are going to be felt. I think the damage reductions, let me see here. Yeah, tier 7 to 10 reduced damage is reduced by 40%. Reload times are sped up, accuracy is sped up, but not by huge numbers, like a second here, second there. So we'll need to know. They'll need to know. Everyone will need to know how RD 2.0 is going to go, because it sounds like they've learned some lessons from PC and are trying not to neuter artillery and completely neuter it in console. And besides, for once, I have been bitching and moaning in several videos of the lack of advertising. Well, guess what? Wargaming is suddenly, with this whole Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mila Jovovich, bringing people together for the holidays in a competitive tank game. Holiday spirit to the rescue. I don't know. Whatever. It's Christmas. Everyone gets a little silly or crazy. Yes, I am. And right there on those ads, participating in all this is World Tank Splits, PC, and Modern Armor and console. So, guys, if you want more people to play, and if you want the game to get better, I think now is the time to just actually keep doing what you've been doing. You know, maybe recommend the game. Like, hey, platoon with me on the weekend. We'll have fun. It'll be silly, and help the grind through the season pass be barrel as they've made it harder to get challenge points. You need more XP for those, so it takes longer. Well, yeah, there's going to be a lot of experimenting. Now, that whole needing more XP to get points to the challenge that accidentally got released in the last season. Oops, right. I do realize that also. I think a subtle undertone to the allegiance is, I believe Bam 15 mentioned this in the video or the stream, that they're going to try to be more open. They definitely want to be more open and transparent with what they're doing with RD 2.0, but trying to be more transparent and open with the players. We've heard this before, but now it's recorded because they're streaming the weekly assault stream on YouTube, which means it becomes a VOD afterwards. And I will try to link that VOD in the description. But you should definitely subscribe to the World Tanks Console main YouTube channel so that you can better catch the streams or watch them later for a better understanding. Because the problem with the notes and the Discord stuff, you lose those human nuances and subtle tonal shifts that imply there could be more to something, or something's a joke, or wink, wink, nudge, nudge. No, it's not wink, wink, coming, wink, wink, to next week. But, my birthday could see an extra present here. Wink, wink. So if you just find out, who the streamer or the developer's birthday, it's like, oh, new tank's coming then. All right, cool. Well, we used to get those little hints and accidental slips from Pain God, but not so much now. They're all a little too by the book, if you ask me. So, I think, let me see, yep, I'm pretty sure that wraps it up for my little rant here on, guys, I know this is a tank game, but maybe we should incentivize wargaming to focus more on quality of life and improving certain aspects of the game a little bit more in the coming months than, hey, can we just get more tanks? Can we just get more premium tanks? Can you just give us more tanks? Yeah. Maybe they need to take a little break from developing and designing tanks and focusing more on remastering maps or addressing bug issues and stuff like that. I wish they would do that, but capitalism will prevail. If you're not constantly putting out a product, you're not doing this whole free market crap right. So, with that said, I'm going to leave you here with the Object 268 Knaus. Let this be a little... Yeah, sadly, my main demise is the FE 4005. I do love the Object 268 though. It's nice to have some frontal armor. So, with that said, rant is done. I'm ready to relax with a cold beer, a nice Shiner holiday cheer. Surprisingly good pecan and peaches and pecans. Delicious. Thank God it's seasonal. So, I hope you will stay and play the Allegiance season. Good luck to you. And who knows what's coming? It's a long season. So who knows what else is coming down the pipe? Hopefully it's all good things, or as Bob Ross would say, happy mistakes. So hope the RNG is in your favor. And you keep your treads on the ground. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.